Hey guys, welcome back to the Rich Sellers Podcast brought to you by ASZ International. My name is Raphael.
And my name is Jeremy.
And today we're going to talk about
technology, AI, and possibility for flying cars in the future. So let's get started. First of all, you think that's even possible?
I think it is. I definitely think it is. The fact that we have, I don't know if you guys saw, this is something like a little different, but I think the U.S. military is like working on like a laser product to like fight in
I'm pretty sure we already got lasers.
No, but like, have you seen them though?
Is it like them lasers that like cut?
Lasers? Like I'm talking about, it looks like Star Wars. It belongs in Star
But
Wars.
more so, I feel like instead of fighting, like obviously it can be used for fighting, but I feel like more so those be used for like industries. Because imagine if you can have a laser that can cut through anything, you don't gotta worry about if it's gonna be off by a little bit, if the seams are gonna be like messed up, you can just cut through it. Like how effective that is.
That's very effective. But going back to the statement though, do I think flying cars will be a thing? I think it's definitely possible. I think the U.S. can make it, and they've had
do you think
early concept models and all this other stuff. But
do you think the U.S. would be the first to make it?
Japan.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Japan too. China's EV market. EV is electric cars, by the way. But their market for that, people don't really think about it because, America has like a one-track mindset, but they have way better electric cars than America does.
Way better. It's like brands that we don't even have here. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. China always is ahead of the game when it comes to technology. They're the best.
But in terms of, to go back to your statement in terms about electric cars, flying cars, sorry. It's like electric cars, too many cars.
Exactly. Cars. I think it'll definitely be able to, I think the US will, if not be the first to do it, I think we'll be top two. I wouldn't even say top three. I think we'll be top two. Like it's either China's going to do it first or we're going to do it first.
I feel like it'd probably be either China or America's interchangeable than Japan.
Exactly.
But I feel like, you think it'd be like almost like a space race type of thing? Where like everyone was trying to rush to go to space first? Or no, it wouldn't be that like...
But it's like, think about it now, about like how the U.S. economy is like changing. The fact that like we're just trying to like make everything, all the cars in production be electric vehicles by like 2025, which it is now. Or was it 2032?
I think 2025, or they said
it's like in the near future.
Yeah, I would say
that was what the plan
years,
was supposed to be. But I just think it would be so much money for the U.S. to try to like change the infrastructure again, just to accommodate flying cars. So I don't know if like we will be in a rush to do something of that sort.
Well, I feel like personally, if we were to have flying cars, it would have to be like almost like a hybrid model where it's just like, all right, like the car can fly maximum like maybe 2-3 feet off the ground, but then it can also deploy its wheels like an airplane kind of does. But the only thing is like literally the physics of it, like how do you brake a flying car? Like would you have to apply e-brakes to it? Like literally think about like flying, I guess like going like, I don't know, 65 federal speed limit, and then you stop a flying car. It's not like brakes where you can slowly like stop on it. It's just literally stops.
Yeah.
Like everything's flying out that window.
Is that how it works?
I mean, think about physics. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just stop something in motion and not have everything go like jerk. Like think about stopping a hard stop. And then think about that with a flying car.
But like, why do you think it has to be a hard stop? Like, wouldn't it be more difficult to make like a hard stop like with the flying car?
I'm thinking because like unless they create a feature where you can like slowly stop or brake the car.
They would have to do that.
Because I'm saying is when you're braking a car with in a regular vehicle, 4 wheels, whatever.
Yeah.
You're going from 65, 50, 45, 35, etc., etc. But if you're in a flying car, you don't really have that decrease in speed. You're just stopped.
I'll leave.
But like that's not even. I don't even think that's physically possible to even do that.
Like not yet, but I mean also.
No, like that's just not physics.
Listen, were we supposed to make it into space? Yes or no? Like it's the world is always going to be changing. Technology is always going to be advancing. It's like the fact that Steve Jobs created like the iPhone.
That is like,
You know what I mean, though. Like,
yeah, I know what you say. Like, our humans are very innovative, we're very creative, and we're very ahead of our time.
like it could definitely happen.
Like, whenever the will is the way. But I'm just saying, like, unless they create a feature that naturally slows it down, but then, like, honestly, too, to that point, can we even drive fast in those cars?
I mean, I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun, but I'm thinking, like, logistically, that's extremely dangerous. Like, extremely.
In a flying. Listen, because you already see like how many distracted drivers there are.
Like, I'm not even talking about fast. I'm talking about over six, like a little bit over six. Talking about 70,
highway
85.
speeds.
Like highway speeds, yeah. Like, because some states their travel speed is 85.
Yeah.
Imagine going 85 in a flying bomb, essentially.
Flying bomb.
If it's gas powered, but I highly doubt it would be gas powered. Gas powered, just because like.
I think it comes problematic when there's gonna be like a lot more flying cars on the road. I think that's what's going to be dangerous. Aside from that, I feel like it's going to be like regular, and then people would probably like not want to get too close to it because they don't know what it is. Like, oh, what is that? Like they'll check it out, but like I feel like from a distance almost.
Yeah, and then I'm getting to like speculative, just not conspiracy, but just like off the top.
Yeah.
Do you think like same with EVs? This was the kind of concern with that, but if everyone got an EV, and imagine like. You get pulled over, right? Imagine somebody like this is more so like AI functioning in the car or like something along those sorts. So to continue, like imagine you get pulled over or whatever, and the cop just stops your car. Like there's just a government button that just like tracks your license and stops your car. Imagine that happens. Like you know how creepy that is. I'm not saying like I'll run the police or anything, but it's just like they stop my car. Like that's just crazy. Think about like it's your property is not really your own property.
And truth be told. I wouldn't even be surprised. I mean, I've never really thought of that like deeply.
Yeah.
But you know how insane that'd be.
Or let's say this hypothetically, it's even worse. Say you miss a payment.
Repo.
Not even a repo. They shut down your car.
Shut down your car or have it drive
back to the dealer.
Yeah. Drive back to the dealer. Stuff like that. Like that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. I mean, obviously, make your car payments and stuff. Like, be
on time.
Yeah, be on time. Pay your bills,
but like that's still crazy. Like, I get people get repoed. Yeah, but like, imagine you just wake up one morning and your car is just gone, and you're just like, what happened? And then the car is just like, oh, successful drive, and you're just like, what the? And you see it back to the dealership. That's just scary.
But this sounds like that movie with Will Smith, and he was like in the future.
It's iRobot.
Maybe it might be that. Like that's kind of the vibes that this conversation is like giving me right now.
Yeah,
it's like there's so many things that like could happen with like technology advancements and whatnot.
Right. They already got self-driving cars.
Which is, I mean, a lot of them can't be trusted though. Like a lot of them would put in like the safety manual or the disclaimer. Please be attentive. Keep both hands on the steering wheel, if that, or one. Eyes on the road. And they have like some cars that like will track your eyes to make sure you're paying attention, which is safe. But you just can't fully rely on technology at this point, at least.
Imagine there was a car, or imagine we got so advanced in engineering and car manufacturing that there was a car that tailored to your driving style. So that way, like, it knows how likely you are to do a hard brake, how likely you are to, like, do certain things that normal drivers wouldn't do. Like, let's say you're more of a reckless driver, so it can track that pattern and stop you from being reckless. Or there's a driver... or
stop you from being reckless?
Like let's say, like, it knows your speed limit. You're more prone to going over the speed limit. Let's say you're going 85 on a 55. It stops you from going 85 and just locks you at 55. Or... there was a car, or you go below the speed limit, and it makes you go up to 55 instead of going at 40. This is just like idea spitballs, but what if your car could do that? That's kind of creepy. Like
it's creepy, and I feel like that's not safe either.
It's not safe, but this is kind of like a free ball. Like, because I'm thinking about the realms and the possibilities that cars could do, given the time, the resources, and/or the AI capabilities that are forming in this world today. But I'm just saying, like. Basically, your car is like your chauffeur at a certain point, like how Tesla does it, but like to a more advanced level.
Nah, I feel like a lot of car manufacturers are doing it now. I mean, you have like a lot of luxury cars in this day and age have like a little bit of autonomous driving,
Mm-hmm.
where like it's like someone called like lane, what is it called? Lane departure warning, and like it's like a highway feature, like where you can literally like hit the indicator and like the car will switch lanes for you, given it's safe to. But that's just like like I think Cadillac does that, BMW does that.
Yeah.
Like the technology is getting up there.
I feel like, oh no, going back to flying cars and all, I feel like it's just not the best idea right now. Plus, the price range would probably be
Stupid.
insane.
I mean, because like all that technology or whatever, just like to do the research and stuff and get the resources that you need, expensive.
Another thing too, just design wise, I don't think it would look nice.
You don't think it would look nice?
I mean, think about current electric cars coming out and look at their designs. It's all boxy, squarey. It's trying to look all cyberpunky.
I mean, well, what Tesla's doing is different.
Tesla, but like also like,
well, except for the Cybertruck, because that's like one of the newest.
Well,
like,
if you look at
but
just like I saw like a Hyundai, that electric Hyundai, and it was the same kind of square boxy. I saw an electric Ford, and granted, it wasn't as square and boxy, but you could definitely tell like, oh, that's an electric car. Like it just has that look. If you
it has an electric car look.
Yeah, it just looks like it doesn't look like a car per se. It just looks like it doesn't have that like feel of a car. It just looks like a processy of like, I don't know, a product.
Because you know what
It's hard to
I'm saying,
explain. Yeah.
I like older generation cars.
See, like it
So
doesn't
like
look
vintage cars like pre 2010, like around that era, 1990s. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like an E30, like 3 Series, like the really boxy ones. Like I feel like some of these car manufacturers are trying to like bring back like old designs
Yeah.
and stuff. Because like how fashion changes, like bell bottoms will be in, I don't know, was it the 80s, 90s, whatever it was, and then like now today in like 2025, it's like people are starting to wear them again, but like styles and what people like to gravitate to, like it all kind of cycles.
Also, too, I just want to say off topic, but I do think the new Toyota models and the cars they got coming out, they look pretty nice. If you see
Yeah, they do.
I think that-
Toyota and Honda as well.
the Honda, their Accords want to kind of downgrade a little bit.
Accord was a downgrade, but Toyota.
I will say that's an exception because I think those cars are all electric, right?
Which ones?
The new Toyotas are now,
Not all electric, no.
but like I'm a good amount, right?
Yeah, it's like they're putting like hybrid systems into like all their
Yeah, they're mostly hybrid. I'd say yeah.
But they still have like the GR Corolla, the Supra,
The Super
the Tacoma. I mean, like those are predominantly petrol cars.
Yeah, that's just off topic, but I just thought it was really nice for a more affordable car too.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get a new car that looks pretty sporty, check out Tesla. But Tesla tight though. I mean, to be fair though, some Teslas are going for about 30.
But do you want to have that headache though when the technology stops working? That's probably gonna be 10 grand you're looking at.
Yeah.
10 grand, 5 grand, like it's gonna be nothing inexpensive just because their whole car is technology.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like the whole design of the Tesla too. I like it looks sleek, but like the functionality of it, like when you try to open the door in like in a cold weather environment, like say you're in the northeastern and the winter is frozen, and you have to like basically get like a pick and just pick it out to open your door. Like I feel like that's insane. Or like some of the seams for like I've seen a video where people said their seams were off and like they're
it's the build quality.
Yeah, the people said the build quality is not as great.
Yeah,
that's why. What's that Chinese brand? Is it BYW or BYD?
BYD. I was about to say BYD.
Yeah,
it's something like that. But I know it's the electric car company.
Yeah, like and Lucids.
Lucids are tough.
Like Lucids are way better.
I'm a big fan.
BYDs are way better. But I don't think you can get BYDs in the States though. Unless you like, there was one time I remember you said you saw it one time.
No, not here. I mean, like online. Like I didn't know about them until.
I could have swore you said you saw like one.
Nah, in the States.
Yeah, nah. Okay.
Nah, it probably came up in conversation, but like I really didn't know about them until like we learned about it in like a class or something like that.
Oh yeah, true.
So I don't know, but like they don't have them here
But
per se. Lucids though,
Lucid-
very popular in California.
Those
It's a cool car. They're just like luxury Teslas, if you will. Like I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like I think the person who created Lucid came from Tesla and wanted to create a better Tesla essentially. So like they're more sleek. The build quality is like way better. They're faster, or they have like the fastest production sedan like ever.
fast
0 to 60 in like 1.89 seconds, I believe it was. Called the Lucid Air Sapphire. Y'all should check it out. It's kind of sick. You guys have deep pockets. If you could throw out like maybe $250,000 on a new like electric vehicle, Lucid Air Sapphire.
But in all, I believe that the time where electric cars are come is probably not going to be somewhere in the near future. I feel like people are just all talking about it. Maybe there'll be a prototype, and maybe there'll be some, the little modules that they use to just show on like social media or whatever, like, oh, we could do this, but I don't think it's ever going to be on the market within the next like 15, 20 years, maybe later. But
flying cars, I don't know if it will ever be a thing, just because I think it would be a huge expense. Like it would be very difficult to get people on board to want to learn how to fly, because I mean a lot of people don't even like height, or like don't like being in the air, or are uncomfortable with that. Flying cars, I feel like if that was to be a thing, it would be in a couple 100 years. It would not be within this century. It wouldn't be anytime soon.
And think about the insurance aspect of that. Like, imagine you crash, or your flying car explodes. You know how high.
It's just dangerous. It's just, I think there's too many dangers to like having a flying car.
It's too many risks.
Even if it's like flying low to the ground, it's like there's so much that could still go wrong. And then there's still people like who love the car community. There's still people who want to drive like the old classic. I'm talking about like the cars you find in Cuba, stuff like that. But or was it Panama? It's Cuba, I believe. Who has like the car scene? Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, so if you're ever thinking about getting a car, and it's maybe like 30 years in the future, 50 years, hundreds of years, and they have flying cars, please don't get that for your own safety.
All right.